welcome joyful creators and all of the Call the Midwife friends. This is Cynthia with Cynthia's Joyful Creations, and this is Funday Monday part 12. I'm really excited about today because today not only are we going to make the last granny square in this row, which is the dragonfly, but we are going to sew all of our granny squares for row 3 together, and then we are going to assemble it to the rest of this blanket that we have so far. And even though just putting the first 2 panels together really brought our blanket to life, just wait till we get that 3rd row sewed on. It is just going to be beautiful. So if you're ready, let's go work on our dragonfly granny square. We'll come back and talk about that. And then we will start sewing everything together, and then we'll take a look at our final product. All right, so I'll see you in just a few minutes or an hour or so, maybe even a couple days, when we get our dragonfly granny square done. All right, see you then. One quick thing before you start, my friends. Don't forget to do what? That's right. Don't forget to moisturize that best tool you have. Get those hands all nice and lotioned up and take good care of them. Now you are ready to start, right? Happy crocheting, everyone. Okay, so we have our Dragonfly Granny Square completed, and by now you should probably start you're getting kind of a hang of getting these squares together, so they are probably working up a little bit faster for you. And so that is awesome. Again, you are welcome to go ahead and work on the blanket and complete it. I've had people ask me at this point if I know how many rows we're going to do. I know we're at least going to do 5. I was going to see how big it made it to determine if it was going to be 5 or 6. I will tell you, since everyone knows we're doing a classic baby blanket, a Born in Love, which is the mile a minute type blanket, and this one, we're using the same border for all 3. The border for the Classic is going to come out first, and that is the first weekend in September. However, again, if you finish this and you want it ahead of time, then just get in touch with me and I will tell you. It is very, very simple. It's going to literally be 2 rows of double crochet around the base of the blanket, the edging of the blanket. And then after that, it's going to be 3 rows of V stitches and then a row of scallops. So hopefully that may be helpful. But I don't know about you, but if you're ready, we're going to go ahead and sew all of our pieces together. Going forward, I was going to include the pre-recorded video of me actually whip stitching the squares together and then adding, you know, the panel of squares to the other part of the blanket, the panels that we had already sewn together. But rather than, you know, making this video longer to show something that I have already demonstrated before, I think for the purpose of saving time, I am just going to include that link in the description box below so that if you want to have a reminder on how I did that, that you can just refer to that video versus having to every week, you know, or every time we come together to do the Dragonfly Granny Square and sew the panels together, that you have to have that same pre-recorded video that I did when we sewed the second panel to the first panel. Now, if you prefer to have that video show every time, or that section of the pre-recorded video show in these tutorials when it comes time for sewing, let me know and I will include it going forward. But if not, then I'll just include the link to that video in the description box, and those who need it can go click on it, and those who don't, then the video can, you know, go ahead and end. Because I want to make sure that everyone feels successful, and I want to make sure that everyone feels they are getting, you know, everything that they need. So let me know. I will respond according to your feedback. All right, so let's go sew our granny squares together and our third row to our first and second row, and then we'll come back and take a look at our blanket and see what we have. Oh my goodness, everyone. Again, this is just coming together and looking, oh my gosh, so much better than I imagined. And I am just so thankful that we chose to do this in a granny square type blanket. It is just beautiful. I cannot wait to see it in its entirety. But here is our third row that we've added. Here's our second row and our first row. And oh my gosh, this is just so beautiful. Again, I don't know why the lighting is so funny sometimes. I think it just has to do with the sunlight that's shining through the window. You know, in the past I was on a night schedule, so I did everything at night and didn't have that sunshine coming in, but now I'm on a crazy schedule, and so I show and record as I feel well, and oh my goodness. But look at this. Oh, I'm just in love. Like, this is just so gorgeous. All right. Well, thank you for joining me for part 12 of the Blocks in Love Granny Square blanket. And I hope that you are just as excited about yours as I am about mine. And I know we talked about making this 6 rows long, but I'm not sure, my friends. I'm beginning to think 5 is going to be sufficient for a baby blanket, because this is already getting, you know, rather large. So I guess we'll see after we get 2 more rows on, but perhaps we may only be doing this 5 rows, because again, the border is going to add a significant amount of width and length to the blanket as well. So we shall see. We will definitely make more of a decision on whether or not there will be 5 rows or 6 rows next week after we get the 4th row on. All right. Or excuse me, the next time when we add the 4th row. We have about 3 more weeks till we'll do that. But anyway, of course, you may be working ahead, so you may have already decided how many rows you're doing. But, you know, as we're doing this in a breakdown so that you can work on your other whips, I am doing this as we go. All right. Well, thank you again for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care, everyone. Be joyful, stay crafty in your own way, and make your own joyful creations. Bye.